Hello, tarot friends. This is Linda with Cuppa and Cards. So it's time. Grab your cuppa, grab your cards, and let's dive in. So if you're new to tarot, this is the second video that I've posted. The first one was, if you're new to tarot, how do you start? And I talked about getting your first deck of cards, the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, getting you a good universal one that you can write on and an expensive one that you can learn from. And then also another deck that appeals to you with artwork or whatnot, such as the Calandra Tarot or the whatever one that you have in your choosing. Here's one that I love. This is a great storytelling one. This is not true to the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I would use this one later as you've evolved in your tarot journey. But moving on from that, you've got your deck, you've got your journal. Now what? And here are some books. As you can see, I have many. Not as many as some, but for me, this is quite a few. And I wanted to go over and show you some of the nuances of tarot books and learning tarot. So I'm going to move these to the side, and I'm going to move these to the side, and we'll start with this one. So this one is called The Ultimate Guide to Tarot, a beginner's guide to the cards, spreads, and revealing the mystery of tarot. This is a really lovely book. It has beautiful color pictures in it. The content is fabulous. It gives you spreads. It tells you how to begin. You can get this on Amazon or thrift books or whatnot. So we'll go in here and I'm going to zoom in so you can see what some of these look like. Here we go. Here's the Fool. Alternative names, the number, numerology link. It gives you the astrological sign or planet, the elements, the Hebrew letters, symbols, tree of life, pathway, the chakra, and key meanings. And then it goes into telling you about understanding the Fool and how this is the beginning of the journey, what the 0 means. And then over on the next page, it goes into the astrology, the Kabbalah, and then upright meanings. And it's really important when you're learning tarot that you're not just learning specifically about just the Fool, but how to apply the meaning of the Fool in different situations. So relationships, career, money, maybe love, home. And here it gives you a reversed meaning. It goes on to tell you about the wisdom and then the symbols. And that's why I said it's really important to get a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, because the pictures depicted in the book, these are all from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Now, there are different ones, Rider-Waite-Smith deck, that might have different sparkles on it and whatnot, but that's why it's important to always start out with this deck. But here it tells you that the symbols of it and what the symbolism means. The white rose or the butterfly stands for purity and innocence. The dog, instinct and self-preservation. The animal tries to warn them. This is an amazing jumping point for you, because when you're writing in your journal on what you think, you're going, how do I say this? This gives you the meaning of what they're interpreting. The author of this book is interpreting. Now, when I see the dog, I don't see the dog as, for me personally, as instinct and self-preservation, trying to warn. I see the dog as my companion going through this. And I don't know if he's trying to warn me to fall off a cliff, because the picture of the Fool doesn't show what is right here below. I mean, you can see here off in the distance, but as you learn and evolve, you'll become more. Here it tells you the historical information about the Fool card. Over here, it gives the reflections and then trying a reading with the card. So here it gives you in your situation. It starts out you with the full card, and then it moves on and goes around. Let's go into maybe, just flip through here. Okay, the Hermit. Again, all the information on the Hermit, understanding the Hermit, the astrology, Kabbalah, upright. Again, home meanings, reversed, his wisdom. And then here, the symbols. And it goes on, and then the historical information about the Hermit. And this is a really beautiful spread for the Hermit. Very in-depth. But this is a really lovely book. I definitely suggest if you are going to be beginning tarot, this is definitely one I would get. It is just really packed full of information for you to really start your journey. This is just really, really lovely. Then there is another book called The Pictorial Key to the Tarot. And this book is for the beginner, but as you're going through your journey. Not necessarily the beginner right out of the gate, but it gives you the information on looking at the card. It tells you all about the magician or about the picture of the card. It talks to you about behind the veil, all the symbolism. Here, the roses and the lilies, whatnot. It gives you more in-depth information into what all the symbolism is in the cards. So this is a nice handy book to have if you're going to be using this with your deck, you know, to look at it and to just gain more insight. I would not look at this as a book that I would get starting out learning all of the things from tarot, but this is nice to have as an extra, if that makes sense. Here's one called The Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite-Smith. And this has some nice color pictures in it, but here in this particular book, let me open this up and I'll pull this in. It actually tells you the basic meaning, the spiritual card as a card of the day. If you are one that pulls a card each day, it tells you about it. Again, we go into different categories: love and relationships, success, maybe career. But what I like about this is it is telling you all the symbolism that is in here. For example, it's showing you, where is that here? Oh, it's over on this side, sorry. It's over here, it's telling you the 10 most important symbols. It's saying the lion is an ancient symbol of impulsive power and fire. Why is the white woman? The white wise woman, the wisdom of nature, the lion's mouth. And see here how it actually, I'm going to try and pull this up. It clouded out everything but has the lion's mouth in color. And it tells in the lion's mouth, in the woman's lap, vitality, lust, and sexuality unite the basics of humanity. But I love how it actually breaks down everything in the card. This is really a lovely book to have, to know what the symbolism is of the card. Why is the sky blue? Why are they showing the wands? What is the water down here for? What is the landscape meaning? It's really wonderful to have this. So if anything, if you want to get one, a book, I would get The Ultimate Guide to Tarot along with The Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite-Smith. These two are awesome to have if you're beginning tarot. Now, as you're moving along in your evolution of learning your tarot, this book is called The Tarot for Creativity, a guide for igniting your creative practice. And this book is quite lovely. it breaks down, say here's the devil card. It tells you about self-sabotage. Stop. It gives you some information about the devil is in the details. It goes on, it talks about the card, make a list. This is a creative way for you to look at your cards. It makes you go deeper into your cards. This helps you look at your cards in a different way and take you into it. When I say it takes you into it, when I sit with my cards, sit and look at the card. Really look at it from top to bottom. Look at the card. Look at, the surroundings, the background, the color, the features, the way that their hands are coming out. I mean, when you look at a card, really go in the depth and let it pull you in. So this is a really lovely book to have, Tarot for Creativity. And then I've been saving these for last. These are what I learned from. This is a whole collection. You can get just one of these if you like, but this is a whole series called The Biddy Tarot by Brigitte Esselmont. She's the founder of Biddy Tarot. This is the ultimate guide to tarot. She has classes. She has all kinds of information. This book is enormous. It is 434 pages. I can't tell you how, this book has not left my bedside stand. So when it goes into the card, we'll start off here with the Fool. There are many pages for each one. Again, it shows a Rider-Waite-Smith card. It gives you upright and reversed meanings, quotes, a description of the Fool, general meaning of the Fool, and what I love about this is it goes into how to depict each card in different categories: career, work, and finances, personality types, relationships and love, spirituality. And then here it gives you journal prompts and then suggested card combinations, so that if you pull the card, say the Fool and Judgment, it tells you a meaning for what it is. And then reversed card meanings. Literally, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages per card that it is giving you this information on. It is just truly wonderful. Let me see here. Okay, so we'll look here at the 5 of Cups. It gives you here regret, failure, disappointment. It's just really an amazing in-depth start out guidebook. Between this and the Ultimate Guide, these are the things that I've absolutely loved. So that's this book. It's enormous. But wait, there's more. From there is a tarot card meaning workbook that goes with that. This workbook, again, this is another huge workbook. This is 334 pages. This is not small. It's the size of an 8.5 by 11. I mean, it's a monster. But this is I don't like to write in my books. I always have journals because I don't know. I just don't. But this gives you the basis for you to think about what your words are. So when you think of the Lovers, you write in your upright and what you think of the reversed, or your quotes and descriptions. It's almost like a tarot journal, but she calls it the tarot workbook. And you can write in here all the things that you've learned. This is just a lovely, lovely workbook. She calls it a workbook. Some people call it a journal, but this is really fabulous. And then here's some quick references. So if you have the ace and the 3, and you can write in your words. Again, like I said, I write mine in my journal. I'll give you an example for this. Here is my journal. And that's what I write in my journal. I have up here keywords, knowledge, the planetary symbols, take your responsibility. This is the King of Pentacles. Knows what he's doing. Material wealth, financial and abundance, faithful provider, etc. So that's, I write in this journal. Now, of course, I do have other journals, but this is the one that I normally write my favorite things in. So you have your monster book of learning. You have an amazing journal. And then here is one to go with it. This is the third book in the thing, 31 Days to Learn to Read Tarot and Develop Your Intuition. And this card on the front, she has her own deck, and this is one of the cards in her deck. They're very simple, yet they still have a Rider-Waite-Smith themed type of meaning. You see here is the, oh gosh, I can't, the High Priestess, and you see her sitting here with her 2 columns. And here it shows you what is the tarot, choosing your deck, cleansing your cards, getting to know your cards. And then it moves you through day 1. What is the tarot? And it goes on. There's several pages of it. Day 2, choose your deck. And that goes on. Day 3, it talks about cleansing and caring for your cards. This is really a lovely way to go through learning day by day. Learning tarot for me has been a very slow process, but it is learning tarot to everybody is very personal. Some pick it up really fast, some pick it up really slow. I'm one that I like to really get into the meat of things and dive in. So doing it like with this book, it was one day at a time. It wasn't everything at once. I know it can be overwhelming because there are so many things that you just don't know and that you want to learn, and you want to learn to do everything as fast as you can. But tarot is not something that you can do as fast as you can. It takes time to really learn. It takes time to unlock those things inside that have been maybe repressed, pushed down, or even open the door to things that you were not aware of. So you're going to be flooded with emotions. You're going to be flooded with wow and awe. You're going to find your path. You're going to find how you feel when you see certain cards. You're going to have a connection that is not going to be like anything else. And it takes time to bring these things to the surface. And then once they're there and it's unlocked, you'll never look back. You won't close that door anymore. It opens up in a completely new world. So this is the other book that I have. This is, like I said, this is from Biddy Tarot. I will have descriptions below, web links to these things. I absolutely love this system of learning with all of this. It's truly amazing. But yeah, there are so many books that are out there. It's just absolutely, you have to find what will work with you. And that's all, what works for one doesn't work for the other. I get that. I think everybody understands that. And everybody's on a different path. But if you're a beginner, the Biddy Tarot system is really fabulous. The Ultimate Guide to Tarot is really great. And the Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite, this is really fabulous for showing you all the symbolism. And learn. That's all I can say is just learn. Be a sponge and just absorb as much as you can. Reach out to some local apothecary shops, your metaphysical shops. I'm sure they have classes that will teach tarot. Look for witchy groups on Facebook. There will be a description below for 4 groups that we're on that I'll be sharing these videos in as well, where there are people all around the world that you can ask questions that are through all different phases of their tarot journey. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. The next video will be about cleansing your cards and different methods of using for cleansing your cards. And I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to run downstairs and grab another cuppa. I hope you have a wonderful day. Love and light. Bye.